Thank you, Justin Bieber, for offering me a tequila shot. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Erica. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm going to be telling you guys some of my best and worst experiences meeting celebrities, including Justin Bieber, a certain member of One Direction, Ed Sheeran, and many more. I will probably be making a part 2 if you guys like this video. I'm really grateful to have all these experiences and I wanted to share them with you guys. Let's jump right into the first story. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do these stories going from worst to best or most memorable. So the story that I'm going to start off with is indeed pretty memorable, but it's not one of my favorite stories. It took place at the MMVAs in 2017, and if you don't know what the MMVAs are, they are a pretty big event here in Toronto. They're the Much Music Video Awards. So this was my first time attending the MMVAs. I went again in 2018. Me and one of my best friends, Melissa, were attending the red carpet and the show together. We got into the little crowd on the side of the red carpet. Everything was going fine at first. We had great spots and we were so excited for all the celebrities to arrive, but it was very hot. It was probably June or July, which in Canada's, despite popular belief, the summer does get really hot, and we're in this tiny little very packed crowd of people. And so I was starting to get anxiety, and so all of a sudden, this had never happened to me before, but my vision started going black. I turned to Melissa and I'm like, I'm gonna faint. And it wasn't just like a normal vertigo where like your vision kind of goes fuzzy. Like I could tell I was going to faint, which had never happened to me before, so it was kind of weird that I immediately knew. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm gonna faint, like get security. And thank God Melissa knew one of the security guards who was nearby, so she called out his name and he came over and I was just holding on to the barricade and my vision goes completely black. So I'm just standing there and I don't know what's happening and I'm just trusting Melissa, obviously, she's my best friend, and I'm trusting this security guard and I'm so scared and I'm just standing there with my eyes closed because I can't see anything anyways. And the security guard goes around and comes through the crowd and tells everyone to like move out of the way, so they kind of part a little path for us. He grabs onto me and he leads me out of the crowd with Melissa. And as he's pulling me out of the crowd, my hearing goes. So there's a few moments where I cannot see or hear anything. And honestly, it was like one of the scariest experiences because it wasn't just the fact that I couldn't see or hear anything around me, but I didn't know what was happening to my body. Now looking back on it, I am pretty sure I was having a really severe panic attack because I was staying completely hydrated and I had sugar in my body. I had eaten enough that day. So I think it was purely just anxiety mixed with the heat. So now, even though I should be worried about my health, I'm more worried about what if me and Melissa don't get to meet anyone now because I had an anxiety attack. But thank God security was able to get us back into the crowd, and everyone in that area was so nice. They were all asking if I was okay. They were making sure that I had enough space around me during the red carpet because they knew that I passed out. So I'm so thankful for that. The fact that they weren't like pushing after that, like they knew that they had to give me space and make sure I was okay. So the red carpet starts and we met a lot of celebrities, which was a really special experience for me. I'd never experienced anything like that. But the one that we had been waiting for the entire time was Niall Horan. This was a very special moment that both of us were waiting for and hoping that it would happen. So he arrives and he's walking down the carpet, meeting people as he goes. And I am just saying a quick prayer. Me and Melissa were holding each other's hands like, please let this happen. Please let him stop for us. Because it's not like they're gonna go down the entire red carpet and meet everyone, obviously. So it was really just a game of luck. So he gets to our little section and Melissa is on the left of me, so celebrities get to her first before me, and he stops for us. The reason why this story is first is because obviously it's on a red carpet. You don't get to say anything to these celebrities other than just, can I get a picture and thank you, and you don't have a genuine connection with them. I really wish I could have like actually gotten to talk to him and introduce myself and thank him for the music that he makes and for being such a wonderful person, but obviously it was like a 2-second moment. As I said, I don't have bad stories. Like they're all great and they're so special and I'm so grateful to have met these people, but I wish I could have talked to him. And the same goes for Camila Cabello of Fifth Harmony. I love her so much. She was walking by and at first she actually skipped by me and I didn't get a picture and I was really upset. But then she actually came back to our little section and I got a picture and she smiled at me so big and it made me really happy. So I love her and I love Niall, and the 2017 MMVAs will always hold a special place in my heart. Moving on to the first time I ever met Shawn Mendes. If you guys didn't know, I've been lucky enough to meet him probably about 10 times now. He is the sweetest man on the planet. I love Shawn so much. The first time that I ever met him was January 2018. This was a very special experience, obviously because it was my first time meeting him, but also because I was at a hockey game and I had no idea that I would be meeting him that day. So I was with my best friend Melissa, again from the last story, and we were at this hockey game. We found out that Shawn was there, and luckily me and Melissa knew this building like the back of our heart. We had been to so many hockey games and concerts there. So they show him at his seat on the Jumbotron, and we're able to figure out what section he is in. We end up near the end of the game going outside of the section and waiting and just hoping for the best. And little do you know, we see a bunch of security guards gathering around outside of the section, and we're like, he's gonna come out, this is gonna happen. So he walks out in his little Leafs jersey and we stop him, and Melissa gets a picture and I got a picture, and it was just really special. And we were both wearing Leafs jerseys, and like going to Toronto Maple Leafs games is like my happy place. So the fact that I met him there, and I actually ended up meeting him there again in 2019. I love Shawn so much, and if you guys want a part 2 of this video, I have so many more stories with him and ones that are a lot better and more memorable. Again, I didn't really get to talk to him. He was in a rush because he obviously didn't want to draw a big crowd around him, so I'm so glad that he stopped. Okay, this is one of my favorite meeting a celebrity stories that I have because it's just so crazy. So I used to work at the arena where the Toronto Maple Leafs play. I would bring food and drinks to people in their seats. One day I was working and I got word that Justin Bieber was in attendance at the Leafs game. He was sitting in one of the sections that my group of servers served. So we all kind of freaked out a little bit. It was in the back of our heads, you know? And then all of a sudden I see them putting a bunch of shots on a tray in the kitchen. And the person who passes the orders out to us says, "Erica, you want to serve Justin Bieber?" And I was like, I love you for giving me this opportunity. I'm not the biggest fan of Justin Bieber. Obviously I freak out because it is Justin Bieber, but I've never really been a big fan of his music or anything. So obviously someone would have deserved this experience more. I did choose to, instead of going alone, I asked one of the girls who was really freaking out if she wanted to come with me. We take this huge tray of tequila shots and we're like,
this is our moment. Like, we're about to meet Justin Bieber.
But we also like can't get pictures or anything. So we walk down this entire flight of stairs in the bowl where the hockey game is going on. And of course we go to front row. He's sitting right behind the bench where the hockey players are sitting. But the period is about to end and he's about to leave his seat so that he doesn't get mobbed. So he's standing up, he's not in his seat anymore, he's in like the aisle. And we're like, "Excuse me, we have your shots." He looks at us and he's like,
"Oh, thank you."
And he like stops. And so now instead of passing the drinks down the row like we usually would do, we're standing next to Justin Bieber. And he has like 15 tequila shots. So we're like, "Who are these for?" And he's like,
"Oh, just like pass them out in the first 2 rows."
It's like he just bought them for a bunch of strangers, which was so funny. So I'm standing next to Justin Bieber and all of a sudden, I don't know if he was drunk or something, but he is literally shoulder to shoulder with me. And I'm like, "Hello, sir." So I'm standing there being professional, doing my job. Obviously can't take a picture, unfortunately, but I'm standing there and I'm passing them out, and Justin Bieber, shoulder to shoulder with me, takes his tequila shot, puts the empty down on the tray, and is like, "Thank you guys," and his dad said thank you. We're just figuring out where all the drinks are going because he also ordered 2 vodka sodas for these people behind him. And then I'm like, "Guys, there's 2 shots left, like, where do you want these to go?" And Justin goes,
"Oh, you guys can have them."
And I'm like, "No, we can't. Like, I'm legal, I'm of age to drink, but I'm working." Thank you, Justin Bieber, for offering me a tequila shot. But unfortunately, I had to say no. The weirdest and craziest experience, and I never thought that that would happen. I really wish I had like a picture or video or something. Like, I tried so hard to see if any fans like took videos of him getting the drinks, but I couldn't find it. But 2 of my friends ended up meeting him at the game. It was just so weird. Like, he was shoulder to shoulder with me taking a shot, and then he asked if I wanted a shot, and
you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And I actually kept the receipt for all the shots as like a little souvenir because I couldn't get a picture with him. Okay, these last 2 stories are 2 of my just 10 out of 10 10 wholesome experiences. The first one is with my Canadian queen, Alessia Cara, the sweetest person on earth. Me and my friends went to see Alessia Cara in concert, and we were actually front row. And getting to be front row with all my friends, like we were taking up the entire front row, and it was so much fun. And she interacted with us so much during the show. The show ends, and we decide that we want to try and meet her by her tour bus. Me and one of my friends went to go to the tour bus first, but my other friends were going to like get merch, or I think they were meeting the opening act, something like that. So it's me and one of my friends sitting out there. Half an hour passes and we're like, where are our friends? So we start texting them and we get a text saying we're backstage with all her friends and family. What? Like, my heart just starts racing in that moment because I'm like, first of all, I'm so happy for my friends. But second of all, we're out here in the freezing cold. What are we gonna do? So we decide to just go to the front of the venue and kind of hope for the best. And we see her best friend and photographer come out, and we explain to her, we're like, all our friends are backstage and we had left early and obviously couldn't get back into the venue. And she's like, oh, I can get you guys in. And I'm like, she shows her pass to security and she lets us in, and she leads us down to this little room backstage where all her friends and family are. And I run up to my friends and I'm hugging them all, and then I turn and I see Alessia standing there just chatting with my friends. And so I go up to her and she's like,
oh my god, like, I was so worried about you guys. Like, I heard you were out there in the cold.
and she like grabs my hands and she's like,
You're freezing.
the reason why this is one of my most special experiences is because I met Alessia 2 times prior to this, but they were both at the MMVAs. So they were both super quick, just a picture and a hi, and that was it. So this time I got to actually talk to her, and I'm like tearing up saying this. I got to tell her how much she has really inspired me, which was so special. I love to sing. I don't think I'm that good. And the first time I ever posted a singing video was on Facebook, and it was a video of her song Here. And I told her that. I was like, you inspired me to actually sing in front of people. She was like, that's such a hard song to sing. And I was like, I know. It was just so special. Like, I hugged her so many times, and I just got to truly like have a special moment with her and be like, I'm so proud of you and everything you do. I'm so grateful to Alessia and all of my friends and her photographer for making that happen, and it was just one of my favorite experiences. The last story that I'm going to talk about is another wholesome one. When I was 14, a store called HMV, it's like a music store, they were having a contest to meet Ed Sheeran, and I don't have the best luck with contests, but I was determined for this one. I entered the contest and I don't hear anything about it for I think like 5 or 6 months. I think the concert was in September of 2014 and the contest was announced in like June. I didn't hear anything until September, when all of a sudden I got a DM from HMV on Twitter saying, can you send us your like rewards number? And I was like, that's weird, but okay. And then all of a sudden I remembered the contest and I was like, it has to be it. Like, why else would HMV be DMing me? 14-year-old me gets the news that I'm going to be meeting Ed Sheeran, and I was freaking out. His music has always been such a big inspiration to me, especially the album Plus. It really inspired me to learn guitar. We get to the venue and we meet up with this guy from the record label who is going to be taking us down to the meet and greet room. We start going downstairs and there is a flight of probably about 40 stairs. I get to the first one, and because I am so nervous about meeting Ed Sheeran, I almost fall down the stairs. And I'm not kidding you, like, I genuinely do not know what would have happened if I fell down the stairs. Like, I would have 100% broken a bone. I could have got a concussion. I could have been unconscious. It would have been a horrifying fall, and who knows if I would have met Ed Sheeran or been in the hospital. But thank God the guy from the record label literally grabbed onto my arm and saved me from falling down the stairs. We get taken to this little room, and this was so special because it wasn't one of those paid meet and greets where they meet like 300 people in an hour. It was literally like 30 people in the room, including a bunch of like people from his record label and press, and then about 10 fans who had won contests, including me and my mom. So it was so intimate and special, and we're sitting there and we're waiting, and I'm so nervous, and all of a sudden we hear that he's about to arrive, and I'm like freaking out. He comes in this room, there's no lineup or anything, we're all just roaming around the room, and he gets to me and my mom, and I'm just starstruck. Like, like I cannot say a single word. And my mom tells him like,
you've been such an inspiration to her. Like, you inspired her to start playing guitar. She's always playing your songs on guitar.
and I got him to sign, we had little meet and greet stickers that we put on ourselves to show that we were supposed to be there, and I got him to sign that, and I got selfies with him, and my mom got pictures with him. I honestly could not say anything because I was just so shocked. He was meeting some other people, and I was like, oh, I forgot to get my CD signed because I brought my little booklet from Multiply. So he was walking around and I'm like, Ed, I'm sorry, like, can you sign my CD too? So he signed that, and we had heard that he was gonna be getting some plaques from his record label, like the ones that they get for sales records, and they were all like covered up in the back, and we were gonna get to be there for that, which was really fun. So we were probably in the room with him for like 15-20 minutes. His record label revealed these plaques to him, and it was really special. We were all clapping, and then he got a picture with his record label, which I think he posted on Instagram. I should try to find it. And then he says, let's get all you guys in here. So he got a picture with all the fans, which was so special, and I was right next to him, like leaning in. And so that was really cool, like getting to hold one of his plaques with him. It was just such a surreal experience. I think that will always be one of my best memories. And then when he was leaving, I asked for another hug, and my mom got a picture of it. The concert was so special, and I will just remember that experience for the rest of my life. So yeah, I have so many more experiences. I honestly have enough to make a second meeting celebrity video, a meeting YouTubers video, and also a concert experiences video of like times that I've been front row, stuff like that. I don't want to give too much away, but I have some really special experiences. So I can keep making these videos if you guys want them. I feel like they're really fun. I just get to sit down and tell you guys some stories about possibly your favorite celebrities. So yeah, let me know if you want to hear more stories, and I hope to see you guys again for my next video. Stay safe, stay hydrated, wash your hands, love you.